Oh, don't forget to record. Yes. Down, down. Hi, and welcome. Yeah. How is everyone? Welcome to another exciting stream. This time we have a new feature. Dog cam. Currently one dog under dog cam. There. Oh yeah. How do you pay the bills? That's the secret, you don't. Single dog confirmed. There's another dog. I could go get her just to... That feels unnatural, but... Lie down there. Is it a nice place to lie down? Oh yeah. She's got her cute little Zoomies hoodie on. Our neighbours down the hall gave us a whole bag of clothes. They got 2 dogs, similar size. No new job. This is like a refugee camp for non-working creative programming individuals. Oh, buddy boy. Okay. Let's go to notes. Oh, this was done actually. Business time was done. And we drew a 2D rect. We didn't quite profit. Good doggies. I need a name. I need little name tags on them. The little one with the hoodie is Chili. Yeah. And then the other bigger one is Tabasco. Yeah. Obviously, they wait till I get in the chair. I get in the chair and then they come run over to the bed and curl up. And this Chili didn't that time, which, you know, we won't hold it against her. She had a good spot on the couch. To do. Stream 38 pushing buttons. Whoops. Yeah, we do need a like a dog recognizer. I believe we used these emojis, this one, and this one. Draw rect, we did that. Today's mission is to make some cool buttons. We can hide in my, this is hide in my. We might do a little, see if DD comes through. Pixel Composer demo, maybe. We drew a 2D rect. Button review. We need button review. And then I want to do like button animation. Maybe? Button layout. Something like this. It's not going to be too crazy. Oh yes, you're there. I'm just generating an SDF using STB TrueType. So it's just making this little atlas currently, and it spits the atlas out to a file just so I could check that it was working. And then it renders through this text shader. It's currently got an outline and all this stuff. I just hard coded a lot of stuff to test it, but it takes a distance sample and then there's an edge threshold and then it just does a smooth step. It's not very advanced, but it works. It seems to work. Yeah, you should be able to pass in the threshold and You could get fancy with it. But yeah, STB TrueType just spits out a STB. I just used the defaults that were in Raylib and it seemed to look okay. So yeah, we left off. Whoops, that's an application. Olex, I don't know if you're still there, but I had to deinstall ReSharper. It was so slow. It was just loading. It's just popping up a million things. Oh yeah, I did a couple of things after the stream yesterday that were kind of, I was like, before I go ahead, because we got a rect drawing, but then before going ahead, I was like, there was all the editor UI, all the like IMGUI stuff was in the Genie UI thing. And I was like, actually, it's kind of all the editor's business. All the drawing of any IMGUI should be in the editor. So I made an editor UI file and just pushed all the IMGUI like init and update and drawing. This is game UI, sorry, editor UI. Yeah, so it does all the IMGUI stuff is now just in the editor. Genie has no connection with IMGUI. And so slowly I'll take all the IMGUI code out of everything and it'll just be in the editor. So then Genie UI can be its own like UI system of drawing buttons and tracking their state. So it's like another immediate mode UI thing. And we had a rect, and to be honest, I was kind of like, I don't quite know how it's going to work, but it's working kind of like IMGUI. You just call this function and you give it a name in a string, in a C string, and it hashes that to an ID. And all it does is store an ID somewhere and what state the element is in, and then it does the logic and cues the draw command. So I put this crazy loop in just to test. I was like, is this slow? Is this fast? I am Genie. Genie will be GUI. Genie GUI. Oh, my TV wants to, it's like, hey, do you want to turn on your network? I'm like, nah, I don't, bruv. I do not. Okay, continue. So we draw a lot of, I was drawing a lot of buttons because I was like, a button's going to be slow or fast? Obviously, there's not going to be this many buttons. And it seems to, oh yeah, so all this UI, technically speaking, you could not draw the UI anymore, so the editor bypassed UI. Right now there's a frame buffer issue with the size of the frame buffer and how big the actual window is, which kind of messes up the mouse position and everything. So I'll just continue doing it this way, because the mouse position is based on this image texture thing, so it's going to have to be recalculated. Anyway, we can draw a lot of buttons and check their state, and yeah, they'll change color if you're over them or whatever. So the way you use them is just this image button. You call it, you give it a name, you give it a rect and a texture and a color, and it'll draw the button. And this is also returns a bool, so you can say if this, then do something. Button clicked at DD. Well, there you go. Copilot's just making my life easy. Click behind it as well. Yeah, so there is a general setting for that tests if I don't know if you can see it on the top left up here. There's a little mouse over UI, and it's true anytime it's over IMGUI UI, We just need to flick that whenever we're over this UI. Beep, 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 bop, beep, beep, beep. Did I not get a... Should have got a click there. I haven't actually tested this. If this image button, then return state of clicked. Return element state equals UI element state clicked. Are we setting the element state? Element state equals if mouse clicked. So if it's hovered and it's clicked, is the mouse button down? It sets else if it is not hovered, UI element state entered. Yeah, there's probably some ugly state stuff here because I just kind of threw this together. Anyway, theoretically, but what's that button? Update available. New version. Fix, crash, and find and replace. Is that it? Made it, refresh, updated lines. Restart and update. I believe in 10x to just work. I did have a couple of crashes on find and replace. Whoa, look at it go. And we're back. Install the 10x editor link Visual Studio extension. Some Visual Studio interoperability feature requires this extension. What is this? 10x, oh gosh, here we go. 10x editor link is a Visual Studio plugin that allows 10x to communicate. Most of the communication between 10x doesn't require the extension. Features that require the editor link. Alt-X in Visual Studio to go to the file line in 10x. Setting the debug args. Well, I don't use that. It's good to know though. So waiting for an IDE that has built-in debugger. No, everything's, am I using CMake? No, everything's, oh, you're asking me? Everything's just MS, using Visual Studio, MS Build, using MSVC. Just because I don't know any how to build things at all. That's why 10x is great, because it's kind of just synced to Visual Studio, and when you build, it just does MS Build. David Delassus. Oh, nice. All right, Jess. Yeah, pre-make. Pre-make like generates the Visual Studio files with all the settings that you want in them, so you don't have to keep going in and including things and stuff. I think Cherno uses pre-make on Windows. Oh yeah, I wanted to do a little pixel composer thing because we were talking about it on the Discord. Well, don't show my Steam. Yeah, I was going to do a little pixel composer thingy. So yeah, the way it works is, this is under Dogcam. It's just, I mean, it's like one of those things, like it's a solo dev project. So there are going to be some issues, but it's way better than it used to be. Can I make the interface bigger? Bzzz. Can I choose a font? All right. Yeah, I know. So yeah, you've got your general. This music sounds hectic. You got your general project, and this is the default size of what it calls a surface, which is just like, you know, an image. So you set that so it's something smaller. And now when you create something, you've got this window, say you generate a solid, right? That's just a plain block of color at 256 by 256, and then you can color pick whatever you want for the color. If you want to use a shape, you can draw a shape. This looks like the same thing, but you can choose from all these different shapes. Like a cross, and then you can set the radii and the corner radii and stuff. Then it's got different modes. You can change like center and scale, so you can change the size of it and then use this for the roundness or whatever. So if you use like Photoshop or something and you do things in layers and they're linear stacked on each other, this is like not like that. So you can do a blend, for example, which is like a blend mode in Photoshop. Like a multiplied blend, and it'll blend that color with that color. Background and foreground, and you can have a mask, so you could make another shape, maybe make like some regular polygon. You double click a thing to send it to the preview window, so you can be looking at this thing but controlling this thing. So if you set this in here as the mask and you gave it more sides or whatever, and then you wanted to scale it down, you can see the result of it as you're controlling the downstream nodes. So this is like proceduralism is what you use for visual effects. And it's just, I don't know. So you can do all sorts of stuff. You can write text. It's even got tons of crazy math stuff for like you can do math. So you got numbers, booleans, random numbers, equations, math nodes, vectoring, arrays, dot products. It's even got 3D and everything. It's actually kind of bananas. But you can write text. You can write text. So I was thinking of your logo idea or whatever you wanted to do. So you might make a solid, for example, that's your background, and it doesn't have to use these dimensions. You could make it 1024 by 1024 and make the color like, I don't know, some background color. And then there's this node called composite, which just layers things on top of each other. So you can just layer that onto that. And when we look at that, we got nothing. Oh, we actually have to turn this into draw text. So that actually rasterizes it. Boom, perfect. Yeah, it's just, I mean, I guess it's just kind of fun to play with. How do we make the text bigger? This doesn't really do much, does it? But you don't have to take that in. You can draw the text directly. But all these nodes, that's where the font is. Yeah, so you can go grab a font here from wherever, a little... Oh, that just opened the fonts folder. Oh yeah, it does have a drop down. This is like, there's a fonts folder in thing. You have to copy the fonts in. Size, we can make it bigger. Can this be like centered? But here's the powerful thing about this, right? All of these parameters, these little things here, they can be animated, which is cool, but also they got these little visibility things. So you can, if I click this visibility on size, now I've got a size node and I can have some value, or is it number? Some number that I can send into size. This number, we can make it an integer and make it 64. Now you can use this number. Oh, I need something that's half the size of that, so you can divide that and you get a result. I don't know if it shows you divide by 2, 32. So you can do things in a way that's like kind of interesting, and then you're like, oh, this rock looks lame. Where's the like center of this thing? I don't know. There are all these rad filters that can create. What can you create? You do simple outline, make the outline big. Say you're like, oh wait, this is not padded, so you can add like a crop. I think you can do a negative crop. You can go, give me some more space on this bad boy. Sorry, I'm just spiraling on the thing. I love this program. Now the outline will do like that. But then we also want to bevel that bad boy. Oh yeah, now we're getting into the bevelly world. How high do you want the bevel to be? What type do you want the bevel to be? You can shift it and scale it. Yeah. And then you can do something cool where you can do colorize, which colorizes from black to white based on these colors that you set in here. So I don't know, I mean, like sometimes like this type of creativity where you just like messing around, but you're like, okay, that looks cool, but this bevel doesn't look cool, so we'll get rid of the bevel. I'll add the bevel. We can always go back and mess with things. I mean, it looks amazing. Perfect. Or the font, we can change the font at some point. Go back and change the font. Anyway, I didn't make a very good example, but believe me. Anyway, size, oh, I made the size here, didn't I? 128. Yeah, perfect. Rockers. And then there's all sorts of other things. Transformations. Bend. Yes. It's like Houdini for pixels, which I'm like, man, if you've ever used like Nuke or Fusion or something, if you've ever gone node based, you go into Houdini, you've done any imagery stuff and you've gone to nodes, you're like, I mean, After Effects is really cool, but nodes are like awesome. How did I make this look so bad? Anyway, I made an ugly thing. Tried to sell this thing on an ugly thing. Is there like a repeat? Start position, shift position. Copy them. Oh yeah. Shift per copy. Base rotation. Repeat rotation. Yeah. Scale multiply. Scale over copy. Ooh, graph editor. What? I just can't believe that one dude did this. And he's not even an artist. He's just a cracked. The most cracked thing about this is it's made in Game Maker. This how? Oh yes, alpha, fading, blend mode, additive, maximum, yeah. That is how we make the logo. Perfect. Yeah, I love just stacking all these things on here. Color over copy. Let's get the alpha back up. Oh, perfect. Normal. Color over copy. Make it red and dark blue, yeah, and fade to black. And earlier. And all the way, we have these ability to go get a different font. Yeah. Chromatic aberration. Stronger. Yeah. Whoa. So I think this is definitely what your game should look like. I mean, I don't want to be pushy, but this design aesthetic is where it's at. Yeah. But we need this to have an outline. You do get the one thing is you do get like infinite node itis where you just start like, well, I do anyway. Ding 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 ding. We just play it around because there's so many combinations. You're like, yeah, woo, let's make a crazy thing. That's where you need like little offshoots where you're like, all right, I went over this way for a bit and now I'm going over this way for a bit. Chromatic aberration is a bit much. Yeah, but it's kind of cool because it's built for pixel art, but obviously like this, I wonder what happens when we just sort of change this to be different. I'm not going to mess with it anyway. That's Pixel Composer. That's my like bi-monthly Pixel Composer pitch, and it's pretty cheap as well. How much is it actually? It's on itch as well as Steam. I just found that it's $14.50 Australian dollars. It just the auto updating was a bit better because $10 here, $10. So now I'm looking. I actually have to write some code or something, which is always a shock to the system. Hi to my Pixel. Button review. Okay. Well, button doesn't actually work as far as I'm aware. It doesn't return element state clicked. So looking through, it gets the previous state, and if it's hovered and the mouse is clicked, it sets element state clicked. It does get mouse button down. That's not necessarily clicked. I'm not sure why it doesn't return this when I asked for it to. Is it because of where I'm doing it? If this, then debug log clicked, and I'm pretty sure that didn't happen. I'm not getting any debug logs, am I? I am getting one OpenGL render error. Maybe we don't need so many buttons, but it should... I wonder if it's like... Oh, Dragon Laser's here. Okay, we can get started. Sorry, we were just waiting around. We were waiting for you, mate. Dun, 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 dun. Let's go here and just do a debug. Oh, debug text. That's because Thing wrote it and it doesn't know. See that? Thing wrote it. Copilot wrote it and it doesn't know what debug text is. Debug log, button clicked at thing. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, he's up to number 2. Comes in and does 2 chats and he's at number 2. Button 540 clicked at 2013. Is this button 00 at 00? And button, that's 879 buttons, sir. Button clicked. Button clicked. Okay, so buttons click. That's cool. What I wanted to do was... I wanted there to be, so right now the way it works is, for all those that care, there is basically this thing called a UI element, and all it has is an ID and a current state. And I might make this struct bigger because this struct is stored in a map and it's just accessed by its ID, image draw command. So when we call into, we ask for an image button, we send in the string ID, it hashes it with this handy string hash function that Copilot gave me. It goes and gets that element, and if it isn't there, it creates it. I don't know whether I need to do checking here, but I just go straight into the map and get an element, and then we get the state of the element stored as a previous state, and then we do the logic on the state. So this state I thought could also have stuff like an animation. So yeah, we're doing auto clicker. So you could say, I was thinking using the tweening system, but it'll get messy when we want to like overwrite tweens and remember tweens and stuff, and I don't even know if the tween thing works. So like just redo everything. Wow, I thought, say you have like a struct UI animation. Dog cam, yeah, bruv. I need this dog. Can we see this dog in all her cuteness? Whoa, this camera's just like held on the desk by stacking a bunch of things on the little tripod. It's pretty bad. Can we see the cuteness? Oh, we need a mode that's just the dog screen, the dog cam, full screen dog cam. So struct, say we have a UI animation and it has like a rect begin state and rect end state and some f32 duration, some f32 elapsed, some tween. Oh, I need to import the tween, I don't know. Include genie tween. Whoops. Are they in tween? What are they called? easing tween. Easing type, and they are in tween. Well, come on, these are beyond tweens. They should be out of there. Tween easing type. Wait. Lowercase tween, easing type. Ease. So I'm thinking of like keeping, yes, we need to put Chile and Tabasco collectibles. Ding, ding. Who's holding #1 crown? Everyone's like, what is this dumb thing? And then we're immediately like, who's got #1? Lace is holding #1. Lace. Can you guys see it on the thing? Does it show it somewhere? Wow, I'm like, this is so dumb. We're here to be serious and make games. But who's keeping track? Nah, Lace came in hot, took the crown and left. And then we could have a bull forward. Reversed equals false. I don't know. Elapsed equals 0.0f. Ease equals tween. Ease type. Easing linear. We'll just set that. Duration equals 0.2f. So I thought like this we could have a struct of, we could either store it on the element state or we could have another map of animation states or something. I just think enums are the answer to every question. I'm beginning to believe. Enum UI animation state. Animate UI anim idle. UI anim forward. UI anim backward. So we can have a UI anim state. Begin rect, end rect, I don't know. And then we don't need this, I guess. C++ with pattern matching, you'd only be using standard variant. I tried using standard variant for the serializer, and I was like, it's funny, you do standard variant and templating, and you kind of save yourself quite a lot of code. But then you kind of like, sometimes you just want to see that code. What I do know is with unions, you can, when you debug the value, you can see what all the values are. Is that how variants work as well? Because sometimes with C++ types, you like fancy STL things, you go like, you try a look and you got all these first, second, and they're annoying to look at. I don't know. UI animation, I could just chuck one in here. UI animation. Bad implementation of some types. Which ones? No, just joking. Tagged union, right, yeah. Odin's got really good tagged unions. I guess we could say, I mean, things don't all need an animation, because right now we're kind of just saying that this thing has an animation. All buttons will have the same animation, which might not be what we want. without pattern matching. What's pattern matching? Sorry, I'm so noob sometimes with some of this stuff. So I guess we could get down here, and before we draw the command, we could say if element state dot equals UI element entered, then we do some nice animation, and then if element state equals UI element state exited, then we do some other nice animation. This rect here, are we gonna I guess we're gonna want to use the animation state one. UI animation. Imagine you have a standard variant with multiple struct variants. You could switch over the standard variant. In each case, you could match specific values. So they're more than just plain old data. They're like actual structs with different things in them, and you want to kind of figure out what one you've got. That's why I like enums so much, because they describe things. And everything should have a tag, and then just write an implementation for everything. Which I guess people was like, let's not do that. Rust enums and match. Okay, it's funny. Did anyone watch that podcast with the Primogen, and they were talking to that TypeScript guy about TypeScript? It was really interesting. He was talking about weird things that TypeScript does. I never even knew what TypeScript was, but showing how their enums work and how they like extract strings out of enums and do all this weird stuff to be able to like have them pop up in the IntelliSense stuff. It was very interesting. Okay, we're actually going to do something. So if this then element, we have animation dot, we could have a nice thing that's like, I guess we want to start the thing, and then we're going to have all this logic in this thing that animates, which we might move out of this button call. TypeScript. It's funny hearing people using programming languages that are like obviously higher level, and so the core concept of things like what an enum is or whatever are used like differently and thought about differently. Animation state equals UI anim forward. And then this one can just set element animation dot state equals UI anim backward. But we need some sort of callback. So if element animation dot state equals UI anim forward, then we do some sort of incrementing of this is why maybe it should be on a different thing. UI animation anim equals element animation. Okay. anim.state anim.state. Okay, so if the anim state is forward, then anim dot duration plus equals clock get frame time. Rect anim rect equals. So oh wait, how do we do like I want like a loop between the. We need to like get the rect, scale it for the start point, which means it kind of needs to be calculated all the time. Anim rect. Well, I guess we're gonna start with this rect, start rect. And then we can, I guess, this is the thing with this immediate mode thing, is you don't really store things. You kind of have to calculate them every frame, but perhaps if we go get it and we set it, then we don't have to keep setting it every frame. Yeah, I just want to do a basic like little scale up and scale down when the mouse goes over it. Equals the rect, and the end rect equals, we're gonna need a little function here that does like rect scale rect by some f30 some rect reference. Maybe we'll send a const rect and f32 factor or something. Because we've got this point in rect, which is quite nice. Rect UI scale rect reference rect and f32. Is it a factor or is it a scalar? I don't know. What's the correct thing? So we can just say rect result result dot x equals. So first we want to scale the width. Width equals rect dot width times the factor, and result dot height equals rect dot height times the factor. So we've got the new width and the new height, so we need to offset the x by however much the difference is from the new height to the old height. But there's probably some smart way of doing this. New width, new height. I guess you could just do the result dot x equals rect dot x minus the difference between result dot x minus rect, width minus rect dot width. It might be the wrong way around. Oh no, that should be right. You could abs that. I talk like I know what I'm talking about. Result y equals rect y minus absolute of width minus the height. These are heights. It's a little in the weeds. We're a little in the weeds. End rect equals scale rect the start rect by like 1.2 or something. It's quite a lot of scaling. This thing could have like, I mean, we're going to do it every frame, which kind of is silly. But if we store it on the thing, then we don't want it. Whatever. We'll just work through it, see if we can get it working. But we need to lerp between the two. Does this mean we need another function? Is all this copying of rects bad? Rect, lerp rect, const rect, start rect. I guess it's just two vec2s. Const rect ref end rect get rect. Lerp rect. Oh, why copy when you could not copy? Let me get these hotkeys working. Rect result result.x equals lerp start rect.x and oh, we need a t value, don't we, as well? End rect.xt. Again with the rects. Always rectifying. Result. This is annoying to have to do 4 lerps, but I guess it's the same as doing vector2 lerps. It's like really just creating code. Oh yeah, new sin cos. How can we do this with sin? Dun, 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 da, 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 da. And then remember to always format your code really further than you need it. Return result. Okay, this is all probably bad, but we're going to do it anyway. End rect equals that. We're calculating the beginning and end every time. Rect draw rect equals rect lerp rect from the start rect to the end rect by the anim.duration based on something, whether we could do we don't need the anim duration, we need anim duration, we need f32t equals anim dot duration over anim dot anim dot elapsed. Sorry if that's what you commented. Yeah, we've got we've got the ability to do easing and stuff, but yeah, this is just a little scale thing. I'm just imagining a little scaling thing. It's probably going to keep it simple. Anim dot duration. Okay. And then we could do tween ease. Do we need to do some disgusting switch statement? Okay. So we need a little function that just is like f32 ease that takes in a f32t and an easing type Using type ease type. Something that, and then it does this giant switch statement, this switch statement. Which is in this one thing but not used general purpose at all. Switch type, easing type, eased t, f32 eased t equals 0.0f. Then we ease it, and then does this have some? Then we return eased t. So we could just call ease that by the anim.ease ease type. Rect draw rect equals that. You can have an empty struct and have a single function ease that you overload. Oh well, the switch statement works, I guess. Draw rect equals loop rect, and this should be t. So if the anim forward this, and then we kind of need to get this up here, draw rect equals rect. And if we're animating forward, then that, we do that. If anim dot elapsed is greater than or equal to anim dot duration, then the anim dot state equals UI anim idle when we do this, we also want to say anim dot elapsed equals 0.0f. And this will probably all get extracted out in some animator. I guess we want to say that the draw rect equals the end rect. We just snap to the end, and then if we've still got some animating to do, then we'll animate. We always send in the draw rect. So this might work, it might not. Switch tween O. We just want ease type. So many errors. Case. Oh, dude. Do we just want to take this out of tween? How many things is this going to break? Quite a few. Tween, yep. And then I guess we need to change it in here to this. Oh, I don't even look at the code, I just wait for the thing to tell me what I did wrong. Have I used it somewhere else? This tween easing type. Here, return ease to t. Yes. Enum state. Well, I forgot a bunch of. Tween. Just easing cubic out. All right. So looking at this, we'll see if we get a little thing. It's quite a lot of things to just imagine. Is stream lagging? We lagging? Oh, beep, 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 beep. Something's happening, but it's happening in a weird way. First of all, it's getting smaller. Second of all, it's not animating. That's lagging. It's kind of cool though. Okay, there's a lot of things that could be wrong. Weirdly, it goes back. Oh, okay, so it's only doing it, so we're gonna not... Let's maybe not draw so many buttons. Let's draw lots of buttons. Let's say these are... We'll make them half the size of what they are. We don't want a button every... Maybe we do. Oh, David Delasmus. He's taken the number one. Nathan Mesh is retracted. Retract that. Beep, beep, beep. So it's interesting that it is doing something on a clock, but what that clock is, I'm not 100% sure. Okay, we come in here. Element state equals UI entered. UI anim forward, we set elapsed to 0. And if UI anim forward, then the start rect equals the incoming rect. The end rect is scale rect. This thing might be bad. Result width equals rect width times factor 1.2, height 1.2. Result x equals x minus. Things may be backwards because of OpenGL, but I don't know. The result width minus the rect width. That should give us the thing. Let's have a look at that. Handy dev! You will never be forgiven. You've lost your crown. And, you know, that's all the punishment you need. What's going on here? Why is it taking so long? Oh, okay. The rect is 0, 0, 128, 128. So the width is... why can't I see it? Where's my result? Add to watch. Type name is not allowed. What? Why does it do this sometimes? It's just say, you can't have the information. You may not. Local variable is not initialized. Well, can I just set it to like that? You know what? I'm gonna change my tune and forgive you, Andy. Okay, results. Result doesn't exist. Return result. What is the result? Returning 25, negative 25 pixels, 153. Yeah, that doesn't actually sound too bad. End rect equals scale rect. So the end rect goes over 25 pixels, we expand it by, or are we trying to only move by half that amount? I don't know. It's pushing it up into the top corner. So anim elapsed over anim duration equals t eased anim elapsed over anim duration t is 0, so we'll just continue. Is this get frame time not the one? Is there something that's like, something's wrong about this? I seem to recall doing this as G clock dot delta time, unscaled, just delta, unscaled delta time. Does this help? Whoa, 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 wait, what did I just do? That felt bad. Why was I in that function? Don't, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, that's better. That would have been a disaster. It's not this. It's gg clock dot delta unscaled delta time. Don't know if this is actually gonna make it. Dog cam, yes. It shows like all the stuff we do in life to try and do all this stuff. That's what they're doing. It looks like they're all in the wrong anim state. Weirdly, does this mean we need to like set the anim state when we start equals, this will probably be UI anim idle. Does this make a difference? So I feel like it's doing, they're all in the wrong state. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, I love the way that I've managed to make everything compile slowly based on the thing with the thing. Okay, thanks, mate. Thanks for stopping me there. Okay, so they're all offsetted and big. They're all scaled up. Dun, 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 dun. Entered get set. If previous state is not hovered, then UI element state entered. I wonder if I can do a if element state equals UI element state entered debug log element. How do you write a, oh, I just format it. Boom, boom, boom. Entered. We have entered the element. Entered. ID. See if that works. Does that give us some, oh, it's going to be like, we need a C string. Dot C string, wait, dot C string, you valid code, sir? Valid code. Bum bum bum. It's like lullaby music for sleeping dogs. Oh, I want to do what they're doing. Okay, element. Oh, this looks like we're getting tons of prints, which means we're kind of like, we keep entering. Entered. I guess we need to say if is hovered. If it was we enter it. If it wasn't hovered, we set it to UI state. But if we go in and we're hovered, and else should cover we were entered, now we're hovered. Okay. So that we get these so many prints makes me think something's wrong. We did get a lot of each one just printed out a gazillion entereds. Previous state equals element state. If previous state does not equal hovered, then it was, I guess that does kind of make sense. Just gonna get the same result, I know it. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, entered. Makes no sense. I guess we could debug it somehow by like doing a format UI state, UI element state. UI format UI state, UI element state state. Switch on state case UI element state none. What are they? Hovered, entered, exit, clicked. Well, dude, I did not want that as a result. Hovered, entered, exited, clicked. Probably isn't going to be super helpful because it's going to be really like turn none. This UI state none. So it's probably not actually going to be very helpful. Yo. As we say, if element does not equal UI element state none. This may, hopefully this doesn't like print all of them. Maybe we should be setting this state equals UI element state none. Debug text color of white element, std format net element UI element format and then we need to do a thing called string state string equals format UI state element state standard format standard string element info equals standard format rough UI element ID. This is dumb, but I'm just going to do it anyway. Debug string equals element info plus state string this is their life. Okay. Quillet build. Yeah, they have their routine, you know. They get up in the morning, they get all excited, they go out to have a little wander and do their business, and then sometimes I take them out in the morning. Oh, did I not return? Oh. Number 1. Okay. I don't want to do all that. State entered, state entered. So it's always set to entered. This was something we already knew. UI state unknown. Thanks, Copilot. And then, yeah, and then we do work from like, well, I do work from like the morning until they'll wake up and we'll go out. And then they wake up, they exactly know the time that mum comes home. And then they get steadily more crazy until it's time to go out in the afternoon. Okay, so debug me this. The only thing that sets entered is when this or entered maybe, else if previous state is not thing or previous and only set it to entered if previous state does not equal UI element state entered. Magic. Boom, dun, dun, dun. Why are we compiling so much? I didn't change anything. need full screen dog cam, man. A little fun little story about getting the dog cam going. I was trying to use a GoPro and it was like stayed hovered. Cool. That's better. So it goes entered hovered, exited, entered hovered. Okay, I just want to check that we are getting that we are getting entered. Debug. Oh, I keep rewriting this thing. Log element entered. Allows to ride in the car. If you say that word, does the dog get excited? Okay, element entered. Now just debug why our bad animation is not working. Okay, so element entered, anim state is UI forward. Do we set some rect, draw rect equals rect here? That's just the incoming rect that we asked for originally. So if I just don't do any of this, everything should just look normal. Chili gets real excited to go in the car, but then Basco hates it. He sits in the back just drooling. I don't want to drop this camera. Oh, there they go. Okay, now everything is back to normal. Good. So, anim state forward. Start rect is the original rect. The end rect is the scale rect. Why don't we then just do a test and say draw rect equals end rect. Just make sure we're scaling the rect. Bum, ba ba da bum. Few words that potty. Yeah, I can't say T-R-E-A-T. That'd be bad. Okay, so this draw rect. Why are they all getting set? Why are they all getting set to this? The draw rect is just a copy of this rect. Oh, because it's a referenced. Is that a thing? Like if you say this rect, is that just not make a copy? This is the only place we set this anim forward. Button ID, test rect. We create a new rect for everyone. We send it in. As a, oh, it's const. Yeah, well, we're not changing it, this, are we? Weirdly, though, we're going to have to, like, check the point in rect for the scaled rect. If, oh, wait. Oh. I've done that before. Woohoo! Line 71. Beauty. What's happening? Oh yeah, nice. So we see our scaling's off. I think it needs to only move half the size. It's hard to know because there's so many things drawn. So this is, let's just number of buttons X equals like, we'll just say like 5 buttons, 0 buttons. Are we gonna do a divide by 0? We are. So we'll just chill this whole loop out to just do one loop, make a little line of buttons. 5 buttons, test rect x equals and we'll just say f32 start position equals get screen width over 2.0 f minus button size times num buttons x. I know you don't exist yet, but believe me, you will. These are going to do their things correctly, but we'll just do them anyway. I think. Plus start position, minus plus start position. No, that's not what we want to do. We just want to say, oh, let's just get screen width, get screen height of 2 or something. That might be bad. Do num buttons X as well, bruv. How about that? Button X, Y equals can I do that? I'm not thinking this through. No, they're not instance, they're just draw calls at the moment. How many times am I using this? We don't need this. I think this might be bad. It's going to be moving down the screen. Yeah, deep, doop, doop, doop. Y equals get screen height over 2. Okay, so our scale, I think we want to over 2.0 this, because we only want to shift by half of the width we've expanded. Man, you guys have been really keeping this whole project together. Let's put in a little y equals bx times 10 pixels plus that. Is that a thing? The text is instanced, but it's also not very good for, oh dude, so that's not what I wanted to do at all. Plus bx times 10.0f. I love these little debug functions that you get real lost in these silly things that don't even matter. But maybe we're discovering layout with them. Okay, so oh yeah, that'll grow. They grow. So we're just setting them, which is kind of cool. Bool equals 0. We'll just go 1.0. And then in this, we can go back and test our thing. If anim elapsed. Okay. So we'll see if it does a nice little boop boop. Dum, 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 dum. Didn't do anything. So if anim elapse plus equals this, make this a little longer. Okay, draw rect equals the end rect. Okay, we were just setting it and overriding our whole animation. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I'm thinking, you know, like things don't have to be too fancy. They can be a little bit fancy. And we'll build on this. I don't know. It's sometimes you just can't. I definitely can't clearly see what it is, how everything needs to work from the get-go. Props to Dave for being able to write that article is really in depth again. Like, come on, man, give me a little animation. Anybody, somebody. Okay, if anim elapsed is greater than anim duration, else f32t equals ease anim elapsed over anim duration and the anim ease type. Do we get here? Do we actually get here? It's really taking a long time to do this simple thing. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, we do go there. Anim elapsed 0.04, anim duration 0.5. There's something to do with this function, ease t. Switch on the ease type. Sorry, what? Ease type linear. Oh, it just sets it to 0. Oh, this needs to be set to t. I saw that in there and I was like, is that important? And it's like, yeah, turns out it is. The thing I have to keep reminding myself is just to get it going, then make it better, yeah. And sometimes you need to build a thing in a way that, like, you realize it's the point at which it no longer works. Beep 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 boop beep 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 boop beep boop beep beep boop 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 beep boop 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 beep boop boop beep boop 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 beep boo up, and then it goes back to that air. Cool. Yeah, once it gets to that point where you're like, it doesn't work, sometimes you gotta go away, think about it. Oh yeah, we'll extract that, that's better. It's like a process. Okay, so make that like that. So UI anim idle, if it's idle, then we want it to be at the, well, we don't know what we want it to be. So we could be directly manipulating the actual rect. No, because we don't actually store this anywhere. We could store a third rect, begin rect, current rect. So at least there's some state stored somewhere. So we could say anim.currentRect. We need to set upon the first thing, we need to set the current rect to the rect. So I guess if it was like, if earlier on, if element state dot equals UI elem state none, then we set the anim current rect to, this is bad because we don't actually want to do this, because we want to go exit to trigger the closing animation, but then it'll be set to none, so then it'll directly set this. So there needs to be some sort of well, I don't know. Do we need this current rect thing? Once it finishes the animation, it sets it to idle. Draw rect equals end rect. Yeah. And then if, I guess we want to say, draw rect equals, sorry, I'm going to go back. The draw rect equals rect. If UI animation state so if element state equals UI element state hovered, so we're hovering the thing, we can set the draw rect to equals anim dot end rect, which will then, if it's being animated, it'll be overwritten later. Joining Rocker's Discord has been a huge boost in motivation. Oh, that's awesome. I mean, I'm really happy to hear that. I know I can't keep up 100% with what it is you're doing, but it seems like you, like those blog posts and stuff, seem like you're getting all your thoughts in order. And sometimes I feel like writing it out like that. Like sometimes streaming for me is a good way to just like get it out a little bit. Okay, whoop, zoo, whoop, zoo. So we go up to top and then things break. Sometimes just getting it out and sharing it with people helps you see it a little closer. So end rect. So we don't actually know. We haven't actually set this end rect. We're not actually using this. Why are we using this? Anim.end rect and anim.start rect. Anim.begin rect. This is not the name for this. So at some point do we ever, yeah, we're doing a lot of weird state things. Scale rect, anim.start rect. So we could have an initialization function the first time it gets created. It sets these things. Beep 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 beep. At least it stays on it. As soon as you go outside, it doesn't know which rect we're testing. So this is hovered, point and thing. I guess we don't want to just test this rect. We want to test like the state of the rect, but it doesn't matter. I guess we can do the animation backwards. If where we exit, then we do all this stuff again. I guess it's already gonna have been set. We go, we just say anim.elapsed equals 0.0. If This means we have like mirrored things. We don't have a lot of control. We'll get there. So this is just the same mainly. If UI equals anim backward, anim start rect equals, we can just do these. Or is this going to be something clever? Start rect equals scale rect, anim start rect, anim idle else. Is that all just going to work? Just by switching those two things around? Oh, chess players. Chesticles. Oh, well, that was cool. Zwell. It's like, hey, 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 you, hey. I want to scale that by delta time and see it coming at me. Let's scale that by delta time. Do we want... Let's turn time scale down. Wow. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, fun. I don't know what it's doing. That was me trying to be. End rect equals the rect. The start rect is the scaled rect. Anim.start rect. Let's just get the regular rect. And this could also be the regular rect. We don't need that. And then clock if anim is greater than anim blah blah blah. Otherwise, draw rect equals anim end rect, which is now the rect. Then the F32T is ease from the anim elapsed to do Oh, we've got a dog alarm. Skibbidi-dibbidi-dibbidi-dee. Oh yeah, buttons. Daisy trains. There's a game in here somewhere. Oh, I also changed the color scheme of the UI thing. Of the I am gooey. Oh, we're losing half of our GUI over here. She's got a little zoomies thing on. Wait, how can I make this? Make a new thing called dogs only. Oh, the audio. There was no audio that whole time. There was dogs only. Sorry. I think I need to copy this. Dogs only. Paste. Is that working? Now we got the best of both worlds. 2 doggies. A Beansy. Hello, Skipper. Hello, Booby. Yeah, I know. Look at her little face. She's so cute. She just had a haircut yesterday. Those are good doggy. Who's this one up here? Oh, that's my fingies. Good girl, Beansy. Oh, I know. You want a scritchy. Good girl. Yeah. There you are. There's my foot. Alright, back to... Yeah, she's ours. She's a little beauty. There... the one with the hoodie on is... She's a little cavoodle. And the other one's a cavalier with one called a beagle. So they're not even from the same country, but you know, they're very, very cute. Tactile buttons. It's actually quite nice. Oh, scaling's pretty big. 1 point. So all this stuff needs to be like put into some place where it just does it, and you can set it. You should be able to set, because this is going to get messy if you're like, hey, I want a button and I want it to scale a certain way. If we made this easing, bounce in and out, what does that do? Morkies. What's Morkies? Ah, corgis plus... I don't know, what is the other one? Why does this feel so long to build these days? I don't think the bounce easing is correct. For some reason. Something makes me think that. How long did that take to load? 7 seconds. What was taking so long? Game models. The Blimmin' Port model. The warehouse base was 421 milliseconds. Game init, game models. We're still loading the combined masks and building them. That seems like it's in the microseconds, but rail.cpp. Does this really need to be happening? If 0. No, that's not going to load the mask images, is it? Maltese Yorkie. Morkie. Yeah. Man, we got chili in New Zealand, and actually I found some funny footage of her. We got chili in New Zealand, and she was just such a rascal. Oh, those are nice little sine waves. Okay. Maybe we can try this. Yeah, and she was a little rascal. But when we came to Australia and we're in this apartment, and like, if we went out anywhere, she'd just be so sad. She didn't do very well with being alone. So we're like, what if we got her a friend? And so we got Basco and Chouini. Hey, I don't know if you want to admit that on stream. We got Basco, and when he came from like these breeders like way out in the desert somewhere, and we met them, and he came and he'd been in this car for hours, and he had peed on himself, And we grabbed him, took him into the car, and Chili was like, nah, not having it. What on earth is happening? But then within a couple of days, she was like grooming him and stuff. So it was pretty cute. Oh. Chili test clip. The little beads. The little beansy. Oh yeah, there she is, playing with her mate. There's this other little puppy called Roxy, and they'd fight all the time, and Chili would lose the whole time. This sort of thing. Look at her, she's such a rascal. Wow. Can I slow this down? This is like super slow-mo footage, I think. Rah, rah, rah. It looks real hectic, and she makes these crazy noises. And it should be... This one would be biting her and stuff, and she'd never give up. Sorry, this has become dog appreciation stream. Get in there, Beansy. Good girl. What else have I got? Any of Chili like jumping in the fountain or anything? Camera testing. Camera testing. Camera testing. I had this whole okay, sorry, what do people say? We found out some of guinea pigs are related. Oh wow. Difficult kinds of dog that require a coach, even though mostly gift dog, they get abandoned because they are difficult to raise. Mine got bit by my sister's pit bull, and initially the doctor said just amputate. Honey on it. Oh man. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, we probably shouldn't have got breeder dogs, but we did. In New Zealand, there's not that many options for adopting rescue dogs. Over here, there are a lot more. I think people get given them as gifts and stuff in Australia, and then they just like give, what, I gotta look after it all the time? I feel like we did something. I feel like we achieved something. How many lines has our log got right now? 29,000, not too bad. Notes. Button animation. Well, I'll call that a success, because it does work. There's lots of ugly state management, which I'm not particularly fond of. This could be cleaned up. I quite like the this just presets the draw rect to the finished animation size, which is then overwritten by the animation if it is active. This is probably bad stuff. Set entered animation to begin. Set exited animation to begin. You know what's really cool is has anyone ever used the Godot animation system? Very cool. You can just like enable any parameter on anything and animate it, and then you can make these little animations of all sorts of things. Animation process for forward anim. You want to be able to control all these. Animation process for backward animation. Then this is, we probably want to do, move all this to some animation thing that, and make some kind of ability to modify the anim question mark. Scale up, scale down is 90% of UI animations. Cool, so that is buttons that work and return a thing. Can we put a .n on here and it'll just... What? What did I do? Else. Oh, there's a thingy there. Man, anything happens to the dog, and you're just like the whole world. Okay, UI element. Oh whoa, clicked also makes it bounce. It's kind of cool. It's unintentional, but it changes color for a frame as well, which sucks, but does it reset it back to its size? It just goes thing onto hovered and thing onto hovered. Is it saying that it's exited? If previous state equals hovered or entered, if the mouse clicked. If it's clicked, it's no longer hovered. Interesting. Yeah, it's saying clicked and then it's not calling this. This could be, I kind of like it in a way, or what was setting the clicked? Okay, final color. Maybe we don't set color change on click. Bit sets. Oh yeah. Oh, what you think? That's what question is it? Do we want to support finite state or do we want to support flags? Combined state. Beep 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 beep. I quite like it. Unintentional button to press. It's quite tactile. So I guess now we can actually make these buttons that do things. The only thing is like, well, there's a lot of things, but say one of these is the rail button. I click it and I want all the rail buttons to pop up. Then they need some sort of like enable animation or something. Well, this boat's fully underwater, lads. Oh, he's a submarine. Ocean settings, height offset is too high, mate. Yeah, 0.212 I think was a sweet spot. It's not. All it's going to do, all that's going to be on the screen, I think pretty much the only like static UI that's going to be set is going to be like, these buttons are going to be down here. And there's going to be a rail, train, and anything else that you can do. A select button, a rail button, a train button. And then when you click it, it's just going to, any of its sub options are going to pop up and they're going to be small. So the whole thing's just going to be like here within this little bit here. So it's not going to be intrusive. That's my plan anyway. Oh yeah. Debug mode, yeah. Debug mode. Debug the mode. I wonder. I did create this thing here, which this is the directly rendered a frame buffer. I feel like this viewport set, it's always setting 0, 0 width, height. But this actually needs another thing. Because right now it's like void viewport set I32X, I32Y, I32 width, I32 height. This is kind of dumb and unnecessary, but I'm just doing it anyway. A GL viewport I32X, I32Y. Everything is rect. Renderer state dot viewport. Oh, this might be bad actually. Oh, can we just state dot viewport 0 equals 0, 1 equals 0? 0 equals x. I don't know if this is how viewports work, but y equals that. So in here we can say I32x equals, if I set this to like just some number, y equals 25, and then say xy. Boom, 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 boom. Love different robots. Yeah, I've watched most of them. That last one, there were some good ones on the gaming one, the last one. It's going to blow up. Interesting. So that did do something. It did break all the render passes though. If I go back to this, we're back to normal. I guess we're doing this and then we're not setting viewport. I guess we could 0, 0, get screen width, get screen height. Secret level. Secret level was another. Oh, was that not Love Different Robots? I thought that was the same people. Okay, we can draw, but we're offsetted. So the editor UI, not to be confused with this. So x equals get screen width over 2, get screen height over 2. Is that how that works? Is this going to be perfectly? No, this is going to have to subtract off and then subtract half. Screen width over 2 minus. Wait. Is this just over 4? Is it the same thing? Yeah, that secret level was cool. Had like a Warhammer one. It had one with Arnold Schwarzenegger, which was about some game I've never played. Yo, does this actually work? Not really. The mouse is still messed up. Because it doesn't really know where the mouse is, I think. Because this isn't centered, so it's like... Oh well, we don't really need to do that. Same studio but different producers. Tim Miller. Oh yeah. This looks like a little gingerbread house. Okay, so buttons. Now that we can make buttons and we can do stuff with them in the game UI, update the game UI. Ba-da-bop-bop-bop. So this is a draw the game UI. So this, instead of this, we can now draw the... So we've got all this stuff down here. All this IamGUI stuff. Main toolbar. We're just going to be drawing buttons directly to the screen like an absolute crazy person. Tool textures. Button count. Build mode textures. Dun, 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 dun. What is all this? Oh, this was me trying to remake it. Main toolbar, Windows Center. We get the Windows Center, then we were going to go toolbar background. That's right, I made a little background thing. Toolbar position, blah blah. Toolbar background. This was this horrible thing I was trying to create. Main toolbar, game build mode count. Okay, tool textures. Rail build mode texture 0 and this. Okay. So it's kind of gross. Because we don't actually have things for it. But I guess we could just draw the game build modes. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Game.h. What are our build modes? None, rail, train, and count. But I kind of want another one called game build mode select. It's gonna break stuff? Probably. Select, rail, and train are our current modes. And in fact, am I recording this? Oh yeah, I started logging the footage for the next devlog and it was like 50 hours of stuff. I was like, bro, how? Pixel Composer. Dun, 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 dun. Pixel Composer. UI buttons. Okay, we do have an arrow here, and I want this arrow one, but I want it in... Was this just one node to make this beautiful arrow? These are rail, train... Well, I guess we could just use this one. So we've already got it. Okay, so we don't need it. So draw the game... I32 U32 num build modes equals 3. Select rail train. Texture pointer. Select mode text equals ggame build we don't know about that, so we should probably get that. Game assets. Does this know about a little texture called text asset data? Let's just check it in here. Pointer, it's annoying that it is like that. Select texture. Select button texture. And then we should probably load it. Assets. Dun 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 dun. Nice, look at this load thing. We can say G game assets. Oh, we've already got a asset data. What do we call it? Model data, come on man. Asset data. We'll just load it up here. Asset data dot select button texture equals textures load texture. Textures load res textures. I think this is in the editor. Oh no, they're done in. Oh, they're done like that. Alright. Save current frame as textures. Editor UI, Rail UI, toolbars. Let's just call this new folder game UI. Select mode button. Yep. I already forgot where I put that. Res textures. Down. Textures. UI. Textures. I thought I just made one called Game UI. Where did I just put this? What's happening? Oh, is this saved as into some assets folder? Oh, everything's in two places. Textures, UI, textures, of course. New, yep. And we call it select mode button .png. Lovely. Now it should be in UI textures, game UI, and we can copy path. And just be like, it's there. Oh, it's not like that. Copy relative path. It's like, dude. Ugh. Why the backslash is that way? Does it matter? Okay, load that. Perfect. Okay, so the select mode text equals game assets dot select button texture. We could build these into a little structure somewhere, but we're just going to do it explicitly because we're lazy like that. Rail mode text equals G game rail builder dot rail where are they? Build mode textures 0 and then train mode equals train builder? Is there a thing? G game. There's no thing called. Where is this? Where is this stuff? Trains.h. Train manager. Where are you, sir? GUI train UI buttons. Man, this TV, man, really pushing for the voice recognition feature. Okay. Why is it there? Why is everything in such strange places? UI dot train UI buttons, which is train UI button, which is a single thing. Oh look, there it is. Was that one there? Okay. Hey, I know it was listening in on me all the time. Then someone clever in the chat was like, just turn off, if you don't use internet, just turn off internet. So you turn off internet and it keeps closing the screen and popping up and being like, hey, do you know you can use actually voice chat commands? You can do things like, hey, what's the weather? I'm like, I know what the weather, look out the window, man. Okay. Why don't we do a nice thing called, this is what we did down here, texture pointer, build mode, textures. Can I use num build modes here? Num build modes, does this have to be const? Equals oops. Those legal code. So slow to build, man. I miss C. Okay, for 532 build mode index equals 0, build mode index is less than num build modes. I can't use that? I can use it. Why didn't it pop up? Okay, so I guess we want to describe some button, but we're gonna need to figure out like where's the middle of the screen, how wide is this thing, how much spacing is between them. F32 screen center is get screen width of 2.0f. Screen center X. Screen height. Samsung's trying to cram AI into everything. I don't need my fridge. Vodka Cheerios. That's a little beauty. I know, man. I feel like AI is like, I don't know, the race is on, but it's like maybe they see something in the future, like whoever is the top AI company will rule the world or something, because right now it's just kind of just get it out of everything. Just put it in everything. Yeah, they're just like convinced that they need to sell it, or they need to use it to sell. It's creepy that like whatever company just wants to be the number one company, regardless of what we have to do. If we're doing AI, the whole world's doing AI. Do we need AI? No. Does anyone want AI? No. Is it actually making our products better? No. But we've got to beat Google. We've got to be number one in this race. Sitting around the boardrooms having these great ideas. Toolbar begin equals, I guess we can say F32 button size. All the stuff we're doing over here equals test build mode textures. Let's just set it to 64. Toolbar width equals F32 padding size equals 12. I guess we're doing this in floats. No one wants it, no one knows what it is, but we must be at the forefront. Button size plus padding size times num build modes. It doesn't like this thing. It's like this doesn't exist. What if I don't make it const? Will it complain about creating it? Yeah. Not a valid constant. Well, I'll just write it in there. How about that? Unsigned, signed. Oh, whatever, dude. Okay. Oh yeah, we're going down here. These are test things. Calm these guys all down. Button size times build mode. Do we want the padding? Is it the padding times the button? Do you want padding on each one, or is that going to add padding to the end of the last one? We only want padding 1, padding 2. And the third button doesn't need padding into the equation. Button size times num build modes plus padding size times num build modes minus 1. F32 toolbar X equals screen center. Why does it not know about that one? X minus toolbar width over 2.0 F. We've got movement. F32 toolbar Y equals Y. I guess we can say get screen height minus button size times 2.0 F. It might be too much. I saw a statistic that showed relationship advice being the top use of Claude. Crazy. It's not fiction. Yeah. Okay, so the idea here is to construct a rect. X equals the toolbar X plus button size. Why is it being so annoying? Plus button size plus padding size. Toolbar Y. The width is button size. Height is button size. The texture text equals build mode textures, build mode index, toolbar X plus button size plus padding size build mode index. Maybe I just do all these guys. Oh, no, because this is these ones. We always want toolbar X, but texture text, and then we can Genie UI button, image button. Image button, and this little trick where I do like i32 ID counter. Oh, it doesn't have to be really, it can just be like something small. Equals 0. Toolbar button. Percent D. Oh, maybe I should, just in case I get the wrong thing. Oh, do I have to format this? String ID string equals standard format. Tool button capture ID counter ++. ID string C string, the rect is the rect, the texture is the text, and that's it. Perfect. Will it work? Okay. Beep, beep, beep. There's our buttons, and they work. We've lost everything else though. Whoa. What happened? Log console, tell me the story of what happened. Oh, is this like a thing where it like loaded and it's like, hey, that texture's already been loaded. So it would have returned the thing. I've had this bug before, it's kind of interesting. There's our UI, mini UI. Beep 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 beep. Beep 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 beep. Wow. What happened? What happened? Does it happen if I don't do all of this? Is it because I'm loading some texture at some strange point in time? Oh, I've had this before where it's just like, don't you dare load a texture here. Don't do it here. What if I did it like down here? It's gonna be like, don't you dare. How dare you? If you load a texture before you load all the models, sometimes things get messed up. There it is. Hey, but what happened? Oh yeah, we got rid of our UI, didn't we? Hey, I'm pretty stoked on that. Buttons. Draw the game build modes. Doggy so sleepy. No, there they are. Yeah, they're a bit slow. They're a bit big and they're a bit slow. So I can just set this to any number. 100. 82. 12. Genie UI, don't make me change this at the level and then it's gonna be like, let's redo everything. Duration 0.12. Just rebuild everything. I feel like I need to fix that, how the project does its thing so slowly. This has gotten slow as well. Beep beep. Oh, lovely little bunny boys. This is our UI. No, I am GUI. Hard coded. You do all this stuff and then like draw 3 buttons. What we need to do is then, if the build mode is rail, then raw Rex. Give it to me raw and wriggling. Wow, a boat is just sailing through the ocean like that. I love it. Do most of the time off the ocean floor. I was like, why not, when you compute the waves, instead of computing them in the shader, compute them in a compute shader that then creates like a wave data that then you can use on all types of things, like the boats. They like position themselves on the water. I don't know what else you'd use it for. Wavy plane. Oh. Okay. So that's kind of cool. Draw the game build modes. We do it. Half of which could probably be cached. If no, they don't right now. I was just thinking that could be cool. Use tan for the boat based on ocean. Oh, is that like, yeah, because I thought, oh, you could get like, it could look at the bow or something at what height the thing is and then try to match whatever it is. They don't. No, they certainly don't. Right now they're just, I'll show you the boat. Boat. I just wrote in boat. Go boat. You're going to love it though. Bob. Bob and weave. See, after this, after we did that thing, I was like, I know how to use sin and cos. And I was like, the rock X is just some sin of the Bob weave factor. This is what the ship weave factor is. Ship Bob weave factor. And then we just transform, we just set the rotation on the ship. And that's it. But I was like, what if you had the data of the ocean? It'd be a lot of engineering for no reason. But I would like to get to know how game build mode. Sorry, I just stopped talking halfway through a sentence. This is just nonsense. Game build mode. Game build mode. Selected mode equals. Can you do -1 on an enum? What? Cannot. Okay. Well, why don't we just get an I32? Selected mode equals -1. If we get this, then selected mode equals BMI +1. So it's going to be 0 is going to be none, but we want that to be 1. So we set the selected mode if, whoops, oh yeah, we're still here. If selected mode does not equal -1, do I have a thing to set build mode or something? Or am I just setting it raw? Editor.cpp. I've got some inputs here. Input update. Oh yeah, game build edit mode equals none. Bloody blah, key q, key space. That's a mess. We just won't deal with that anymore. If thing g game build mode equals game build mode of selected mode g editor. We don't know what the editor is because we're in the game UI. So we'll just see if that works. Just for funsies, you can find the tangent of the plane where the boat is at, which gives you how to orient the boat, and it will bob naturally on the water. But there's no knowledge of what the ocean is. Ocean only knows all the wave calculations are done on the shader, so it doesn't actually know where anything is. Oh, we went to rail mode and we went to drain mode. We clicked the buttons and they did a thing. That's why I was like a compute shader to compute the waves and spit out all the values at the vertex positions. So you had some CPU stuff. Yeah, that would be, I mean, there's a lot of cool use cases for compute shaders. Like you could compute the wind on the compute shader. There's a CPU wind right now, but you could compute it based on like some image textures of like the trains. It's totally unnecessary, but understanding how compute shaders work. Oh, we've got this, look, this is game build mode select. And then this one, and then you can go through all the different modes. But if I did do this and then I click this, interesting, it all just works. Yeah, but don't worry, we'll get into compute shaders because I think they're less crazy than I think they are. Oh, one other thing to test, does this automatically if I go into this mode, and then I click on this mode, it did click off it, but it did also make a rocks. But it knows that when I want to go on here, we're no longer in editor mode because the editor looks for that thing. So then if G game build mode, well, oh yeah, well, I guess this if selected mode is equal to an I32 of game build mode rail, for example. Then we have clicked the rail mode button in this frame, and we can say if selected mode is equal to rail and ggame build mode does not equal game build mode rail. So if it's not already rail, then we want to like bring up the buttons of the rail mode. This is where you want like, now we need entry and exit animations. And we need like a collection of, we need like general purpose animations. I just don't know how they work. I guess we could just draw them. Yeah, now we need to draw the rail modes. So it's all this stuff. Game build rail mode, then we draw the rail mode textures. Image size, tint, color, blah de blah. We don't have to manage that anymore. Just a second. I think dog cam's a success. Excuse me, I'm just going to eat an Australia-shaped biscuit. Bring up the button for rail mode. Okay. For I32 rail button index equals 0, rail button index is less than. How do we know? Rail build mode count. It's just rail build mode knows what rail build mode is. Rail build mode knows what rail build mode is. Rail build index plus. Bring up the buttons of the rail mode, but for now we just draw them. Oh, that's crispity crunch. Sorry. Rect equals how do we know where we want them? Maybe they just all want to be, we'll just do the same thing. Maybe we just want to do the same thing. F32 sub toolbar X equals, we need toolbar width. So we kind of want this line. Button size times rail build. What was the thing? Rail build mode count. I guess we can make that a number. Activity rail tool count equals rail build. Come on, man, Raul. Can I get a Raul? Sorry, I shouldn't say that. I had to stop watching that guy once it became clear that he was a bad man. But for a while there, I was watching him. For a laugh every now and again. Sub toolbar X equals input X minus toolbar width. I have a good one there. F32 rail subtool bar Y equals get screen height. I guess we could get toolbar Y minus button size minus padding size or something. This is like HTML or something. That's what we need. Rect is subtoolbar X plus button size plus padding size times rail build index. Subtoolbar Y and button size and button size. Texture text equals rail game rail builder dot build mode textures RBI. I guess we don't want all of that. Standard string is button ID counter plus plus. Image button ID string rect and text. Maybe I should call this one subrect. Subrect and text subtext. Read the subtext. And then I guess we just want to say ggame rail builder dot build mode rail build switch build state dot mode equals rail build mode of RBI. Rail build mode index. Oh, this is just if selected mode. Okay, let's not do this. This is for animations. This is just if ggame build mode equals game build mode rail. This is just draw the buttons. Will it work? Don't know if they should be. They should probably be smaller. Beep. Oh. Zip, 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 zip. Bop, beep, bop. Beep, bop, boop, ba beep, beep, bop, beep, bop, ba ba. Ah, it's so nice to have an actual centralized UI. Beep. Zoop, ha ha ha, hoo, ha ha. An actual UI. Beep, 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 beep. A little high off the ground. It's definitely heading in the direction of an actual thing. Yeah, you want them to like go, and then maybe these ones be smaller or something. It is like the question of like, is vertical better than horizontal? And train mode. Well, there's no train mode and no select mode, so that is UI complete. The padding worked out pretty good. Just need to design some nice buttons. It's kind of cool though that it's like minimalist. Bzz, bzz. I guess we could, well, the if only returns, I guess at any point in a button, if any button is hovered, at any point is hovered, you could just say the GUI dot, what is the GUI? What even is it? UI, it's a Genie UI, but we have this thing in input, I believe, game input, ball, mouse over UI. It's really bad because I thought we had a thing called GUI. Don't we have just a struct called, I guess we could say ggame UI dot, oh no, it's ggame dot input, g input, mouse over UI equals true. If, do we set this, do we do a nice thing where we set this false every frame? Because we're using it over the annoying, I guess it's the editor. Somewhere it's setting this thing. This is like in Unity, you can't just ask if the mouse is over the UI. Like, well, it's complicated. We've got it here. Game UI, hovering window. Okay, so it is kind of setting it, and then we draw all these buttons, and then they're going to kind of set it. If mint state equals hovered. Oh, I guess we can say equals is hovered. No, we don't want to set it. We just want to say if is hovered, capital F. This is just going to set this equals true. So it's just going to be like, yo, you have to compute the UI twice. G input undeclared identifier. You lie to me. Am I not including game here? I'm in Genie. I'm in Genie. I'm in Genie. Genie doesn't know what that is. One before the scene update. Interesting. Okay. I'm getting rid of this mouse over UI. and it's going to fall to the Genie UI. Bold mouse over UI equals GUI mouse over UI. And this is just going to cause lots and lots of errors. All the dog's saying, here buddy boy. Oh, look at this little face when that happens though. We need this to be bigger. Yes, oh, buddy boy. But buddy boy. Oh, the booty. It's so cute. We had a few errors. Let's get this and just change it globally to genie UI dot mouse over UI. How many errors did that fix? I know. I gotta put him on a plane. Chili's been on a plane once. I imagine she didn't like it. Alright, so mouse over UI is true when we're over the buttons, buddy boy, yeah buddy. Oh, we can't move the camera while the mouse is over the buttons, dog. Well, maybe I'll take that out of the camera. How bad could it be? Whoa. There's some game input. Game camera, if Genie, don't worry about all this. Don't worry about all that. Hey, any UI is better than no UI. Zip, 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 zip. So if I do that, and I click here, it doesn't do it, it doesn't drop the thing. Bridge mode, bridge, 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 bridge. Rail mode, oh they're so handy to be right there. Perfect. Train mode. Oh yeah, buddy. Because all this is working towards like the whole idea that when you click train, there needs to be like, how many trains have you got and how many train cars have you got? And we need to see that, and then we need to build a train somehow. Be like, oh, I want a train, and it's gonna have like, oh god, as soon as I start thinking about this, I'm like, I need a panel that has how many cars, a button to click to up and down the cars, something to show what train locomotives you have. Oh, am I just straight bypassing this? Let's go the long way. Yeah, some sort of train builder, so you select the locomotive you want. Somehow we need to denote what locomotives you have, how many train cars you have, then you build up the train and then you put it on the tracks. And then when you go hover this train and click it, it'll pop up with the window about that train. Can the submenu arrive like a train? It's going in the game. Hey, what's happening with this train? It's never getting to its destination. Oh, is this because I keep changing the way it goes around? It's like you can only have loops unless you have these things. Don't quite know how all this rail networking things can actually work. Oh, we're stuck. What does that do? Sort of an asset system where it shows you all the locomotives to start. You click one, then it brings you a new page. We can pair a certain amount of cars. Yeah, because I was thinking, like, can you, can you add cars to a train once it's already on the tracks? I mean, you can in the debug mode. Because that might be a cool, have like a train panel window. Might do this. I think I unplugged my pen tablet thing, so I might have to just do it by hand, but like a panel, I guess this is like a train, a single train. This is an already live train. I could have some stats about it, that it's like how many cargoes it's delivered, current speed or whatever. And then a button to like add or remove cars or something. And then there'd be like upgrades, upgrade the locomotive. I don't know why that's supposed to be an arrow. Upgrade the cars to like double-decker cars or something. Then you also want some sort of, yeah, so sort of train builder. Train build. Well, what if you had like, I don't really want to go down the like card route, but what if you had like, when you click on the trains thing, it shows you the different trains you have or something. They're locomotives, and you go, and you select the one you want, it goes, and now you can add cars to it and remove cars. Maybe it is this panel with the stats, how it's horsepower, whatever, max carriages, the locomotive. And you collect these as you play the game, and then you can choose the one you want. Oh, I'm going to use that train over here, add some cars to it. And now we need like card UI and lots of objects to deal with, yeah. Plus that'd be sort of like 3D, but drawn from a different space or something, unless they're just 2D objects and you just draw them in the order of which they need to be drawn or something. Because you could either have these like a card for each train. And then I guess you could have like the loco, and that can be upgraded on its own. And then cars or something, and then maybe some stats about it. Yeah, in Transport Tycoon they have like lists of trains, like the train and all its cars. And then when you click a train, it opens up like another info window about the train. I mean, obviously we want it to be quite intuitive and easy to use. So like you go train, oh, I need to select the train, and then the cars, maybe it would just be a car count, like, oh, this train's got 24 cars. But if you did draw every car, I did think you could upgrade the cars to like, they can carry one container, but there are actually train cars in the real world that carry 2 containers on top of each other. I was like, that could be an upgrade, but it can't go through tunnels. So you could have 2 tall boys as an upgrade to the cars. That way you would need to draw on every car and then upgrade them all. Yeah, you'd have to have an upgrade button for every car, which with really long trains might be tricky to draw all the things. And now we might need like scroll windows and things, and now we're into like pure pain. There could just be like an upgrade car button and it just upgrades the next one. So it says there's a total of 24, and then you upgrade and it upgrades the first one that needs an upgrade. Maybe. Quite like the idea of like collecting the trains. But then do you also have some resource panel that shows you how many cars you've got? Like 100 cars? Trains 3 or something? And when you open the thing, then it shows you all your trains? Or is it a per train thing? Maybe when you click on the train button, it shows you all the trains, and some of them, if they're like green, they're active, and it could show you live what is in each car. Oh, Figma, yeah. I've gotten to this now. We've gotten there naturally. As I was like, well, how do you mock UI up? What is this? Untitled. Have I been here? Have I been here before? Why is it so bright? Can I make it dark? Dark mode. Make it dark. Darkness. So what is this? A square? Get a square. Does it, surely it has dark mode, right? Is this am I on the, what's the preferences? Dark, color profile, accessibility settings. Don't do it. Wow, it's so bright, it's burning my whole soul. Is it a Fig Jam? Is that what I want? Figma Jam dark mode. Free Fig Jam dark mode. Community plugin. Open in. Untitled. Oh, we over here. I hear the game cooking away in the background. Run. Yo, we did it. We're expert UI designers. So this thing. Whoa. Just relax. Relax. I hate UI interfaces. Okay, so we get some nice color. And what does this thing do? Search for shape. The shape, the line style, solid. Does it have a line on it? Oh yeah, it has a line. There we go. We made a UI. And then what? You make another one? You go like, this is going to be here. Train. Perfect. Train number 1. Bookish. Perfect. We're in. Make it so. Train. This is exactly the same thing as I just already did. Biggest headache I've come across in my game so far, because oftentimes it changes and needs to be reworked. So many man hours go into just making windows. Yes, this is why I was like, my UI system's gonna be simple. All it needs is buttons and text and cards and things like that. So can you get like a image from somewhere? What if I was just like, got train icon? Does this work like, hey, can I do like this? Is this like mirror? I mean, I could just use mirror, paste here. So this, I don't want that. And, okay, it's just an image border. Okay, can we be less crazy? Whoa, okay. Can I change the border width? Is that not a thing that's possible? A train. That's like the locomotive. I don't want any of this stuff. In fact, I just want it to be like that. Loco name or something. Bookish. Whoa. Give me that. This thing sucks. I hate it. This thing. Yeah, that thing. Boom. I guess you need some sort of resource to upgrade. Free pick. Does that mean I can steal it? Or are you gonna be like, nay, that's not how you do it. Paste. Cars. Yeah, UIs is an actual job, isn't it? That's a whole job. You end up with too many things. Cars. I guess everybody dreams of a simplistic UI that plus upgrade. Perfect. bonus. Add cars. Yeah. You could have like this no, not you. I love the clipboard. Don't you just love the clipboard? Oh, come on, man. Dude, don't let me. Come on, man. Is there a flip? Let me flip. Yeah. No. Well, I need to try and go another way now, don't I? This train. Perfect. Unless the train is going that way. I don't know why it needs to go this way. I was just like, oh, what if you had an actual representation of the train and then the cars, and it shows them and what they're currently like loaded with as actual like dig, 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 dig. Come on, man. And then it just like duplicates them down when there's lots of them. And you go press button, press button. Oh wait, they're being chats. Oh, sorry. Shades inside a dark mode. Come on, man. What are you trying to say? All I do is sit in front of a computer all day for my whole life? Oh, look how the dogs are lying though, actually. Let's go dog cam. Oh, easy. It's like a puzzle of how to figure out how they're actually lying. Few softwares that work. Horrible dark mode. You Equilinox. What's Equilinox? Should we look at it and be like, wow. Oh yeah. Is this the dude who does the... I actually watched one of his tutorials just the other day on how to do SDF text rendering. That was kind of cool. Oh, yeah, he's a real programmer, this chap. A real programmer, not like me. Train 1. It has a loco name. Maybe you can name it and you can call it Boffin. Great. And then there's an upgrade button if you've got enough resources. It'll be like, hey, I'm upgradable. You're like, what? And this will be like, you can get rid of cars if you want. I know Thin Matrix, yeah, I'm talking about Thin Matrix. He's got a series of OpenGL stuff. I know my Thin Matrix from my logs. They both made kind of those like equilibrium ecology projects in a low poly style. From Thin Matrix, I think he started out as that's how he got started. Because he's making the game now, but if you go to videos and you go back a long time ago, you get... I did Equilinox as well. They did... Now we're 8 years ago in Java and we're doing OpenGL water rendering 3D game tutorials. Oh wait, it's just... Sorry, it's just the dogs. We've just been looking at the dogs. Yeah, you go... Yeah. I know how to build a channel. They actually control me. Okay. Well, a train as a resource, like you collect the train. Now I have a train. And the train can be used to play the game. Whoa, that's got a little... So in order to do this, we're going to need to be able to do text layouting, images, buttons, mostly just images. We just load the whole background in, hard code the layout, and then I'm like thinking about like animating layout. Because if you wanted this whole thing to animate, then you'd need to like have collections. So you got like a UI. I mean, it's a rect, so I guess you could have this as a UI element. And then now we get into children. I never wanted there to be a single child mentioned in my game because I'm scared. I love it. Let's ship it. Whoa, the back. Not that far back. It's either front or back. No in between. Oh, yeah, cool. Okay, well. Yeah. I'm gonna like fight to keep the UI system explicit all the way until I'm like, I need to have an actual system. This pirate music. But actually, button layout. We did it. We did all the things we set out to do. And we're working on this thing. UI basics. Train panel, resource panel, cargo delivered. Well, it seems like a lot of UI all of a sudden. Render 2D. And we've even got button render 2D. Kind of. This actually needs more stuff. This needs to be like actually usable. Oh, immediate mode question mark. All right, I'll have a think about that. Maybe I'll mock up some artwork or something. I don't know whether. Yeah, and also think about like how to manipulate UI elements as a collection or something, because say this thing here, this clicking that, say you want them to go blip or to like scale up from 0 or something. It's not so good with this immediate mode UI thing because these states I mean, the states could be, you could say the state is pending or something, like it is in a state of it's not ready yet. But we still want to draw the rect through the rect drawing the button system. So we could say, like, we actually calculate these rect animations as they pop in, and they're not usable yet. So we just do those rect animations in the same draw loop, but we have a state. I think I made a mistake. We have a state of that animation, and then when that animation is complete, then they function as normal buttons. It'll be like 0.1 second or something, like brup, 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 brup. Because that way, if you have things like trains and you want like some things to appear with your trains, yeah, I'm just worried about recreating multiple systems to do the same thing. I guess that they could draw just all it is a rect and a texture. So you could say, yeah, just draw an image in that place. Now that's not necessarily dumb. You could say, instead of draw button, you could say just draw image. I am UI image rect or something. And it has the same thing. All it needs to know is where the rect is. So you just animate those rects in some cool way. And when they end up at their final destination, now you start drawing them as buttons. So it would just go through the same system and the same render loop and everything. But what you would need to do is, if you had a panel that has, this panel has like a text object, a text thing, a box, and you want to animate this whole thing, then you'd need to like have these in a collection, and then, or like some UI element that has a list of like child rects and image things, and then to animate all of them as it animates itself. Seems easy. I better take these dogs out, yeah, and have some lunch and stuff. We're streaming 3.28 hours, or 3.5 hours. So I'm going to call that one done. Done stream, pushing buttons, make some cool buttons, done in 0328. 55. We got a green X's, which is like pretty good. Hefix ends up with the number 1 on the board. It's really been swapping people quite a lot. Yeah, UI is hard. But, you know, we're going to endeavor to make it easy. Easy-ish. Hey, why have I got 2 business times? Did I copy paste it twice? How long has it been since I started writing these stream things out? That many times. Dribble. What's dribble? Says it's supposed to have 3 B's? Dribble. Oh, it's got 3 B's. Interesting. Oh, that's a breakaway screen. Kind of modern looking UIs. I think I've got a Pinterest. I don't know whether I'm just going to open it up on this screen. Maybe I'll just double check that it's all kosher. So yeah, I was looking at daisy trains. I've got a daisy trains Pinterest that's got like a lot of cool stuff in here. View board. So there's this guy that draws all these trains and stuff by hand, does these posters, but there's all these rad like retro train posters, and like getting some sort of inspiration. Oh whoa, that's not what I wanted. I started looking at like color schemes and just style inspirations because I'd like it to have a feel. Look how cool that looks. Maybe the cards should look like this. Have some sort of like old-timey collector card thing. Or little train posters or something. This may contain an advertisement for the Blue Comet toy train. Hey, why do you keep doing that? Love these old things. Is there such a thing as a train collector card? Train trading cards. Oh, there's cool old stamps and stuff. A magic card train. Yeah. Maybe as posters. I don't know. These are really cool. Chicago and Milwaukee. Postcards, yeah. Well, I thought that maybe your trains are like this, and they've got they pop up and they look cool, and you're like, oh, I've got one of these, and maybe you can like, you get a little RNG of what type of train you collect at the end of a level or something, and there's rare trains or something, fast trains, or I don't know. It's hard to know if they're going to be upgradable. Do they all go through the same upgrade path or whatever? Anyway, lots of stuff. "38 streams in. We're actually just past the 6-month on the game, and I think it was for a game without an engine, it's in pretty good shape. Yeah, thanks for everyone for hanging out, keeping morale high. Yeah, good progress. We got we got stuff happening, things. Oh, I love it. I kept messing with the thing. Is this gonna crash? Oh yeah, 12 frames a second. Wee. I wonder how that runs in release mode. Kept messing with the edges and then just left them in a state of disrepair. I guess it's now drawing all those cargo containers in the... Yeah, it's one of those things. This feels insurmountable, but hopefully... Oh yeah, container test still runs at 165 frames a second. And the thing about that is, it's sending each container instance to the renderer every frame. So it should not. Like if it was not, then it would... It doesn't need to unless they change. So that could be a massive optimization. Oh, that's annoying. Now my scroll wheel zooms the thing. Whoops. Yes. SSAO. Shadow map. Oh yes, it sees them all. Pretty cool. Pretty performant, bro. Oh yeah. Also, I improved the just by moving things around, the frustum culling. I guess it's got to do a lot of calc, so it doesn't really help. It's just faster just to render them all. Weirdly, it takes the same amount of time. I guess it's because it's going through them all. Bam. It's amazing what computers can do. Alrighty. Later. Fade that thing out.